So I'll be talking about skill enhancement. EXTC is automatically taken care of in this. So I'll be more generic when I discuss something which is skill enhancement and why we are talking about this. This is the actual concern, what we are talking about in the engineering field today. And most of the colleges or most of the newspaper headlines are on these skills now. It is to an extent that the Ministry of Skill Development was to be introduced in the previous government and is still continuing. So I'll just, because I had this privilege of being the training and placement officer, so I have that input from the industry side also, what they are looking from. So I'll try to link both the things, skill enhancement during the course and how an industry is looking out for an engineer with what skill sets. So let me just start with very common things when we just interact with our first year students and most of the time with our second year students also. So the problem starts somewhere from here. So if you ask them the question, why you have joined engineering? So the first most common answer is parents wanted me to be an engineer. That means you have taken a choice which somebody else has decided. And I'm not going into whether that's right or wrong. Parents always will talk about something which is good for me. After 12th, I was looking for something else. So I chose engineering because I didn't want it to BSc. This is the second answer which we normally get. Very few people will always say that it is challenges, curiosity, and excitement for doing something. Money, travel, status, because most of the jobs which are available after engineering will be software jobs where you are on site. So that fascinates you. Make a difference to the world. That means look at a real-time problem and try to solve it. There are few people who will answer this way also. Want a job in a big company? Okay. I want to start something on my own. So these are very focused students, which I have highlighted in blue. So they know what are the skill sets, what are to be acquired during a 4 years course. Remaining, what happens is because something is forced or they have taken up looking at somebody else's experience, not gone into details of the course. So they, in this 4 years, what they do is they normally don't get attached to that course. So the primary goal now becomes only clearing. It is not acquiring that skills. Remember, there is a difference between passing and acquiring the skill sets of an engineer. So whatever may be the reason, once you have taken a call, let's take a conscious effort to learn that course. Learning that course will automatically develop the skill sets. So commonly appearing newspaper headlines, only 18% engineering graduates are employable, 17% are employable. Now this is recent surveys by Times of India and India Today, where they say 80% are not employable. So marginal increase maybe 17 to 20% we are now employable, but these are the surveys normally you will. So it may be some surveys are exaggeration. I don't say that everything is, they should be taken at face value, all numbers, but there has to be some truth if the surveys year on year are predicting this. So students are not able to acquire or enhance the required skill set. So there are certain skill sets what you require from an engineer. Sorry, to just share again some statistics once you take a course in engineering. These are common newspaper headlines. Now more than 50 lakh students graduate per year. Very few are employable. More than 50% don't have basic employability skills. In India, the ratio of people going for higher education is far less as compared to the developed nations. Now, almost 1 million task force or students will be joining the workforce every month in the next 20 years. But that will be without training set. So what is the solution to that? Now, so I need to understand what is the skill set. I'll just try to focus on that. What is bare minimum skill sets which are required from engineer? What is industry looking at? And how do you acquire that course during your regular 4-year engineering term? We need not do anything which is other than what is our course to develop the skill set. So what are the skill sets required by an engineer? I've just tried to highlight few. So the skill sets, it's a multifaceted thing. So the first thing what I'm talking about is technical skill set. Now these are specialized abilities or practical knowledge of the process and technology. So when I take EXTC, I suppose Pranali ma'am gave you extensive course content of the branch. So if you're taking a course, I should be thorough. I should acquire that knowledge which is given in that course. And I should be aware of state of art of that technology once I complete that 4-year course. It will help you for campus. It will help you for post-graduation. Mathematical skills. Most of the engineering streams are detailed streams, we say. So they'll require a lot of complex calculations of varying difficulties. So whatever we have learned in Max, we should be able to use that in our courses. Critical thinking. How do you apply your rational thinking behind converting an idea into a fact, between an idea and a fact? So I may get ideas, but it has to be rationally backed up with some certain facts. Communication skills. So all we'll talk about soft skills, and everything we normally listen, right? We read many things. So the crunch of the thing is, you should have active listening skills. You interpret the problem statements and communicate with your team. This is what is industry expecting from you. And this is what is, as a teacher, we all expect from you for a course. Listen properly, interpret the things, make it easier for the team to understand and communicate that thing or report that thing. Leadership. Now, whenever you go for a course, after the course, when you go for a job, industries always will look out for something which is this in you. Major of the bulk recruiter definitely will look in an engineer whether he or she has a leadership quality, because you have to manage a team. So how far you're able to convince your team, you're able to motivate the team, and you're able to take them together to perform a particular task. Teamwork. You may be very good with your skills. Till the time you can't work in a team, you're not useful in any of the companies. Now, this is one facet which is added now. There is nothing called as core. There is nothing called as software now. With 2 discussions what you had, or 2 sessions what you had, now you can understand IT has become the inherent thing in most of the core branches now. So I call it EXTC now as IT-enabled core branch. We are enabling IT with our communication protocols. Analytical skills. You should be in any field, whether it is in college, in company, you should be able to collect useful data, analyze it, and solve problems. People are looking for problem solvers, not problem creators. Sometimes it helps. You should be able to define the problem also, but most of the time you should be solving a particular problem. Now, these are the skill sets normally industry looks at a graduate when he or she completes the term of 4 years. Now, I've just put a slide now. How do you acquire the skill sets? Do I need to look outside my course to acquire these skill sets? The problem is the students who still are not getting connected to the course, they will never acquire the skill sets, and they'll always say that, okay, passing only is the motto. But once you have chosen the field, believe me, just get into this and acquire the skill set during your course itself. So the first step is your admission. And I've just put the final 4-year result that I'm looking at is either a post-graduation course or a campus offer. So the first 2 pillars, if I call in the ladder, the first 2 ladder steps which are there are the core courses and elective courses. We had an extensive session on this. What are the courses which are there? Now, these courses are going to help you build your problem solving abilities, apply your mathematical skills, analytical skills, and technical skills. Because all these courses are fundamental courses and the current state of art courses. This is where, if you read the courses properly, if you give proper attention, if you work in a group, you will be able to acquire these courses or the skill set in this particular courses. Now, the next set or the next ladder step which is there is the projects, mini projects, internships, and extracurricular activities. Now, these, if we take this courses positively, or the projects and internships positively, and we actively participate in that, it helps you to be creative. It develops the leadership quality. If you have something which is a leading a team opportunity, which is there, and normally it's there in the projects, you always have a group leader. And teamwork, because you will be working in a team. No project will be individual projects normally. That means it will have something which is a team work concept which will come into picture. Most of the colleges will have placement training, where they will cover something which is soft skills and aptitude skills. It is nothing new, but because we have forgotten certain concepts, what we have previously done, so we need to revise that. So most of the colleges will have placement training where you acquire these courses. These are sort of finishing schools. So when you sit for the campus or when you go for the post-graduation, there has to be something with the finishing school. So you need to appear for aptitude again and soft skill examinations again. So this may help you there. And the last thing which I say is, now it has become inherent to any core branch, it is IT training. So whenever I communicate with my students, I always say there are 3 things which are mandate now. It is the concept of OOPS, that is by default. It is not something which is computer or IT, it is with EXTC also. So we should know C, C++, the concepts of object-oriented programming, that is by default now. We should know one database management software, and we should know one of the open source. Now, no debate about that, it is Python. And Mumbai University now is, if you see, they are changing their syllabus. They are including these courses in syllabus itself. Now, so I wanted to convey this. These are the skill sets which can be acquired during the course itself. We need not look for something which is outside to get the skills. If we take our course seriously and if we are very focused, there is nothing which is not covered in the courses, and those skill sets, nobody can stop us acquiring those skill sets. Now, to just end my session, from the industry perspective, remember, when the market is very good, GDP is booming, average skill set is okay, and they will never crib about that. So you'll get an offer, you'll get post-graduation programs during that time when the economy is booming. When economy is down, the market is sluggish, these skill sets will play a very important role, and they will look out for something which is a very good student with the skill sets. So let's not focus on what is market dynamics. This course itself is giving you this opportunity to acquire these skill sets. Let's take and grab it. So this is what I wanted to share from my side. Thanks.